My name's Jess. I'm a yoga and meditation teacher. I'm a mum. And today I wanted to chat with you guys about something that maybe doesn't get talked about that much. And that is this feeling that sometimes we're not actually enjoying the holidays like we think we're supposed to. And I want to have a little talk about why that might be and how we can support ourselves using the tools that we have, using our oils and using a few other rituals and techniques as well to help us to really tap into this joy that is ever present during the holiday season. So during Christmas, you know, there's this feeling of anticipation and excitement and community and connection in the air. For most of us, and then that's not to say that we would feel those things all the time, but that's kind of like the collective energy that happens around holidays. So that's there waiting for us if we can tap into it. So I watched a really cool doco the other night called Happy, and it talks about intrinsic and extrinsic goals, I guess, and things, what contributes to our feeling of happiness. And basically it's nothing to do with anything outside of us and everything to do with our internal state. So this is not news for a lot of us. So what I want to put to you guys is that our experience of Christmas really is what we decide it to be. So there are quite a lot of triggers during the holidays that can bring us out of a place of feeling joy and contentment and happiness and bring us down into those lower vibration feelings of stress, guilt, whatever it may be. So there's a lot of stuff going on. So for a lot of people, the topic of food can be a really big trigger during the holidays. So we're obviously going to events where there is a lot of food. If you have any kind of food stuff, food can be a really big trigger that can make you feel not good during the holidays. So there's that notion of overeating or, you know, dieting or restriction or guilt, or maybe you've got digestive issues. So if you're going to a place where you're not in control of the food, sometimes that can be stressful if you're a celiac or whatever that may be. So food can be a really big stressor during the holidays. Money definitely is a big stressor for a lot of people during the holidays because we have more financial commitments at this time than other times in the year. There are more expenses, so it can be more stressful in that way. I've made some more notes here so I don't forget anything. Relationships, this is a big one. So our dynamics with family members who we maybe only see once a year, dynamics just in general, maybe things like unwanted gifts or whatever it may be. So maybe this is your first Christmas without a loved one, and so maybe that dynamic there, or that missing dynamic, is going to bring up is going to trigger you into a lower state of grief or whatever that may be. So the holidays, I think it's important to remember, can be filled with a lot of mixed emotions for people. And that's okay. That's part of our human experience, but we do have a lot of tools. And if you're in this group, you've already got the tools you need. You've got your oils that can really support us to be feeling in a better emotional state, in a better position to be able to tap into that collective energy of joy and abundance that is ever present at Christmas time. So the last stressor that I wanted to talk about, so we've mentioned food, money, relationships. The last one is just a general feeling of overwhelm. So there's a lot to do at this time of year. Your to-do list might be really long. You might be feeling overwhelmed by these other triggers. If you suffer from social anxiety, it can be very overwhelming to have to socialize at all of these events and things, if that is out of your comfort zone. So there are many, many triggers that people are facing on a day-to-day basis during the holidays. So let's talk about some oils that can support you and some little things that we can do. So first off the bat, I think it's important to approach the holidays with the intention of presence. And actually, by presence, I don't mean wrapped presence. I mean actually being present in whatever moment you're in. Because it's only when we're present that we can truly get out of that moment what is available to us. So if we're stuck in our head and we're thinking about the next moment that's coming, or we're stuck in the past, we're not actually here and able to enjoy anything that is actually in this moment. So I'd say the key to all of these stresses is actually being present. And there are some oils that can really help us do that. So frankincense is a beautiful one. Frankincense helps us let go of the past. It helps us let go of lower vibrations, and it helps us have a clean slate to actually enjoy this moment for what it is and to move forward without the burden of the past. So frankincense is a beautiful oil. Highly, highly recommend just for being able to be present in the moment. That's the oil that I would pick for that. For food-related stresses, so if you suffer from any kind of digestive discomforts, you're going to want to be using your blends like DigestZen. So I'd suggest maybe getting the keychain from your back office, topping it up with 8 oils that are going to support you with these things, and carrying them with you throughout the day so that you can be reaching for these things as you're being triggered during the holiday season. So things like DigestZen, for anything like bloating, irritable bowel, diarrhea, food poisoning, whatever it may be. If you're celiac, it's very supportive for symptoms that come along with that. Slim and Sassy is a great one to have with you to take to events or for on Christmas Day. You know, you could use that oil to help regulate blood sugar levels. If you're eating foods that maybe your body's not used to, it's great to just keep kicking your metabolism along. Cinnamon and orange as well. So if you've got any emotional issues around food and you're feeling triggered in the holidays, orange is a beautiful oil. It's the oil related to a healthy relationship with food. So take that oil with you to any events, and maybe use an affirmation as well, like, I trust my body and I eat what my body wants, and, you know, I'm not out of control with food, or whatever is meaningful for you while you're sniffing that oil. So for money and relationships and feeling overwhelmed, it's a really simple oil that I'd recommend, and that would be lemon. So lemon is literally like a breath of fresh air that's going to uplift you. It's going to support you. It's kind of cleanse the situation and allow you to see a higher perspective, or a more uplifted and happy perspective. So lemon, a really simple one to carry with you during the overwhelm. So the other thing, when we're coming to the holidays with the intention of reducing stress and bringing in the joy, I think it's important to be doing things consistently that are triggering us into that beautiful state, and that state of gratitude and presence and joy and lightness as often as we can. So it doesn't mean that we're not going to get pulled into other things, and when they come up, they come up, and it's not about suppressing feelings or anything like that. But I think if we constantly have the intention of being in a beautiful state, being in a high vibrational state, and have the intention of enjoying the moment, we're more likely to have that experience. So 3 little routines that you could do, super simple, take no time at all, make it work for you. So I would definitely recommend having a little morning routine, something that you do every single morning when you wake up. It's the first thing that you do. So it might be drinking some water, popping on your diffuser, and popping on a load of washing for the day, for something practical. Something that gets the momentum going, something that triggers you into that good state by popping on your oils, you know, seeing what you feel drawn to for that day. It might be something else more related to self-care. So you might wake up, drink some water, do 5 minutes of stretching, and dry brush your body, or something like that. But have something that works for you, that is a reminder of your intention for how you want to set your day. How we start our day governs the rest of our day, and you know, it can really totally transform and change your day just by starting it with the intention of having a good day. Basically, it's that simple. So often where we get stuck is just forgetting to do these things. You know, we get caught up in our head, we get caught up in our mind, like in meditation, and it's just remembering to come back to the breath, remembering to come back to presence. It's when we forget that we get dragged down the rabbit hole, and before we know it, we've spent the whole day and we haven't even enjoyed a single moment. And that's no different at holidays either, during the holidays either. So then similarly, have an evening routine. It can literally take 2 minutes. It might be massaging a beautiful oil, lavender or vetiver or something like that, into your feet to help you relax and let go of the day. Journaling 3 things that you feel grateful for that happened that day, and setting an intention for what you want to experience tomorrow. So something with intention, something with meaning that's going to let go of that day and take you into the new day. And then the third routine that I'd recommend having is an emergency routine, or what I call an emergency routine. So for this is when something comes up during the holidays. You're feeling really triggered by food. You're feeling really triggered by a difficult relationship. You are feeling overwhelmed and stressed about money. There's something that's just really pulling you down into a dark place where you're not feeling good. You need to find an oil that connects most with you, but where I'd suggest to start is either with probably the more anti-anxiety blends like vetiver, lavender, any of your citrus oils, or balance. So these oils here are designed to, well, not designed, they trigger a response in our limbic system that really pacifies the nervous system. It really kind of brings us down into a place where we can see more clearly. We are able to let go of fear. We're able to let go of that anxious energy, and we're able to just be with what is. So definitely recommend whichever oil you feel most drawn to. Lots of people, lavender works well for them. Some people, it actually can create more tension in their body, and so vetiver might work better for those people. So just have a play around. You know which oils would work for you just by simply smelling them, what you feel drawn to. But have an oil, have it on you all the time. And when you are in that difficult situation, here's what I do. I pop a drop in my palm, I rub my hands together, I cup over my nose and I inhale, and I say to myself in my head, so no one needs to know that it's happening, a little affirmation. So I say something like, I'm safe, all is well, and I'm able to enjoy this moment. So super simple. It sounds kind of corny, but just by reminding yourself of your intention for what you want your experience of life to be, it's super powerful and transformative. And if you remind yourself, it's amazing how quickly you can shift into a different state, especially when you support yourself with the oils. So there you go, guys. They are my suggestions for reducing stress during the holidays. So firstly, it's identifying what the stresses are, knowing that we all face these stresses, knowing that, you know, the reality is that sometimes we don't love the holidays as much as we think we should because we have a lot of stuff that is triggering us day in, day out. So come to the holidays with the intention of enjoying it, with the intention of being present, with the intention of having an uplifted experience and tapping into that collective energy. But be okay with if things come up, because they definitely will. And just know that you in yourself have the inner strength to sit with whatever uncomfortable feelings you have. You have these amazing tools that can support you to shift that feeling quicker. And yeah, I just wish you all the most beautiful holiday period. I think that's everything I wanted to cover. It's a bit of a mash in my brain today, but that's pretty much it. So food, money, relationships, overwhelm. Have your supportive oils for your digestion, like your Digescent, your Slim and Sassy. Have some lemon on you to really clean the slate. Have your frankincense so you can be present in the moment, and have something that's going to support you during an anxious moment like vetiver or lavender or balance. Okay, guys, I don't know how long I've gone, but I'm going to keep it to that. Have a beautiful one. Merry Christmas, and I'll talk to you guys again soon, hopefully. Bye.